Welcome, everyone, to War in the Soul City. Tonight is a new night. Very close to the new year, the coterie, the dig crew, has taken a little bit of a strange hit. Ken promptly, through social media, put together a small gathering of local people that he knew to spread the word of that he was getting back into this street art game. That this underpass, which he knew to be somewhat deep in the Anarch territory, was a place where he would perform this art. And as a result, a good crowd came. A number were entranced by the performance going on around them, when of course they were rudely interrupted. On the other side of the territory, however, Dana found herself face to face with what could only be described as a potential myth. A woman by the name of Tyler stood in front of her. And after some conversations with Gregory Ballant and the pipsqueak Urian Doyle, Dana was left standing in that house, flabbergasted. She tried to bluff them. They called her bluff. And, of course, Malice had his own set of duties that he was getting himself up to. He cooked up a batch of homuncular servants made of rats and dead bodies alike, all under his control so long as he's nearby. Just the very presence of him puppets them. Dana and Ken barely had time to even be introduced to these puppets before the sun quickly rose in the early hours of the morning. But one thing's for sure. One person in particular didn't make it home tonight. Or this morning. So I'm sure there's questions to be had. Ken, you are the first to wake as normal. What do you do before your coterie mates wake as well?
You would probably go and check to see if Liv made it back.
You would find her room empty.
No, that's not good. Ken will just kind of start pacing, maybe like waiting for everybody else to wake up. He still has a mess in his room, so he'd be panic cleaning, doing anything to keep his mind occupied.
Before too long, Malice and Dana would both wake. Rodney waking too, indicating that he has somewhere to be early today, and he really should not put this off. And so, nearly as soon as he gets up today, he's rushing through his things, pulling out some tools, and quickly getting himself together to go about his evening.
Can I send my ghoul with Rodney to take care of what Rodney needs taken care of?
You mean Guy?
Yeah.
You can send Guy with him, and he'll happily oblige. It is something that you've asked him directly to do.
Yes. Help Rodney with anything he needs, Guy.
He looks
Remember,
like.
Rodney, he can't speak.
Right. Yes. Okay. Um. Okay. Uh. Time to go. Let's go, Guy. And Rodney quickly shuffles what he has in his arms together and starts to walk off with Guy quickly uh, going after him in tow, looking almost disappointed that he didn't get something. What he may not know yet, but somewhat disappointed nonetheless. Leaving three kindred in this particular little bunker room.
Y'all have any word from Liv?
We haven't seen her since last night. When everything went south, we couldn't find her, and I don't know what happened.
What do you mean went south?
A gang showed up to trash the place. There were a couple of deaths, but nothing. I should have paid more attention
A
to the
couple
markers
of
around me.
deaths.
Died.
Them.
Them who?
I am guessing that was just common street gang.
So your art show was interrupted by a street gang.
That's what it looked like.
How many of them died?
2.
How did they die?
Gunshots.
So nothing I have to clean up.
No, I made sure it looked like it was a.
Mercy's out of commission for a while. Liv seems to be MIA.
I've arranged for some help for us for the next couple of days, but beyond that,
From
I don't
whom?
know. One sec, I gotta look up the name. From Austin, right? I met him at the Elysium.
From Austin?
Yes.
Why? Why him?
I went looking for help, and he was the only person that paid me any mind.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's a predator posing as a house pet.
You see, Malice goes to say something and then thinks better of it and just closes his lips.
And when
We
Dana's
needed
speaking,
the
you can see her fangs are already out.
we needed the help. I tried to help as best I could. Get something.
Did you notice anything new when you came home last night?
Are they just walking around the lair?
Yes,
Oh, you mean whatever the fuck those things are?
my new pets.
I can't say that I like the look of them, but
You
I'm
gotta
hoping
like
they'll
them.
be useful.
Oh, they're very useful. They can track you, they can follow you, they can climb walls. They can even see and hear without having any eyes or ears.
Yes, because that's what's going to make me comfortable tonight. Great.
It's almost as if on cue a rat kind of scurries out of the corner of 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 the room that you're in. It's it's gaunt. It's disgusting looking. It has no eyes in it, and it's climbing all over the wall like a cockroach.
Oh, God, did I have to?
Ken will just shudder.
You ain't gotta worry about these so long as I'm around. They'll do what they do.
Oh, great. I'm not sure what's worse. You were the Nosferatu. Oh, God.
To rather it be just a regular rotting corpse walking around falling to pieces.
Look, I'm willing to accept that this is just part of the package deal when it comes to dealing with you and your family. I will work with it. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Do you like anything?
Not anymore.
Hmm. But that's why you're always so wound up and such a bitch to everybody. Whether they deserve it or not.
Well, right now, I can end up telling you this much. Might be useful for you. Did your little friends tell you that, yeah, at least they do have somebody who says they're Tyler? Met him last night.
But little friends, they can only show me what they see. Not very well.
And how are you still here?
Maybe because I'm a little bit more than the bitch you think I am.
Maybe it's because they want you back.
Funny.
I'm
Because
guessing
that's
that's what they
exactly what
said.
you. Because that's exactly what they would end up wanting after I ended up torching one of them.
Mm. I don't pretend to know what goes through the mind of an anarch. I can't even claim to know what goes through the mind of the Camarilla. But my family, as you so cold put it, does what they can to take care of me and people that I know that I've told them that I care about, that I'm taking care of. Or I'd be stuck with Mercy right now, trying to get her back to health.
This street gang of yours that happened to interrupt your little shindig. You got a name?
Did I recognize any of the tags to let me know who the name was?
Um, you weren't really paying attention that much attention in the moment, so it's going to be a pretty high difficulty kind of memory check. That's going to be a intelligence streetwise.
I'll end up adding +1 to that pool.
I can too. I'm not sure.
Oh, and don't forget everybody make rouse checks.
Already did.
I
That's the reason why I'm not rolling right now.
Mm. Okay. Good to know.
I'm hungrier, by the way.
Seems like everybody's on edge today. Everybody could use a snack. Ken, thinking about it, you kind of play back the events in your mind. The tags that you were covering up. The you didn't recognize it at first. It's been a long time, and maybe it's an edit, maybe it's something different, but it seemed vaguely familiar. Probably an offshoot of one of the bigger gangs on that side of town. No one you know by name because it's been so long since you've been in that particular field of interest, shall we say.
I think I can remember recognizing one of the tags as it was similar to one of the big gangs, but it was different, so it might be a new little offshoot of theirs, trying to make a name for themselves.
Did any of your audience get injured in this altercation?
No.
That depends on what you define as injury.
Mentally, they may not be the same, but physically, they should be okay.
Of course. Well, so glad that your adoring public has managed to make it out okay.
Y'all didn't do anything to break the masquerade, did y'all?
I didn't use anything. I didn't take any damage. Aside from disarming and taking one of the guys out, I don't think so.
Okay, so you took one out. Who took the other out?
Didn't Rodney hit him with the car?
Yep, Rodney hit one of them with a car.
Rodney hit him with the car.
Well, that
Assuming
gives
y'all
us some place to look.
Called the cops.
Yeah, I did an anonymous report for a gang shooting.
Would I know if my contact in the police would have any information on that?
Potentially. You can call him and ask.
Malice is going to step away and make a phone call then.
Leaves Dana and Ken in the room for the moment. Do you two say anything to each other while Malice is out for the second?
And nothing. At this point, I'm just thinking about my next meal, and right now, if Kenny's got this gang member problem, and I got questions, seems that I can solve two birds with one stone. Besides, I got a lot of anger issues to work out right now, and drowning them in a river of vengeance while hearing them gurgle, trying to end up gasping for air only to be able to breathe out answers would seem like a very apt use of time right now. It would be wonderful, truly.
One might even say artistic. Malice, you make a phone call to your police friend. Now, give us an idea of who this police friend is.
Paul Mike is somebody that I worked with through college, learning the crime scene technology. He's an investigator with the police.
Oh, okay. And you would know pretty conclusively he doesn't have a whole lot in the way of connections. He might be an initial investigator. He doesn't really work on the beat, for instance. He's more of a desk pusher. He's a paperwork kind of guy. And you see if he can, give you information on what's going on. He gives you everything that the public knows, which is that there was a shooting at that underpass, that there was markings, of course, of a spray paint nature, that it was an artistic display according to some of the witnesses, and the name Ken does appear as part of the signature for the display. The other thing that kind of catches your attention, however, is that while yes there were shootings, it seemed that most everyone who was brought in as a witness seemed a bit dazed or confused.
Like they were in shock?
That's a reasonable assumption. Most everyone who's witnessed that sort of thing, such as someone being shot to death by the artist they had come to see, another suspicious looking individual running over someone with their own van, and the third having been trucked out of the van to what fate no one knows. That one seemed to have got away. But that is what the public knows.
Thank you, Paul. I'll leave the tip for you in the usual place.
You want me to dig I can't dig very far, but
I was led to believe that all the members you were talking about being harmed were gang members?
Yeah, the ones that ended up dead. Yeah, there was a couple of others who had chafed wrists, zip ties and everything. But
That would be all of the people that were there to watch the show.
yeah,
Were zip tied, bound.
hmm
Oh God.
whoever this fucking Ken is better fucking get his act together. That's all I'm saying. Turn himself in.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
that's what I got. That's what little details I got.
You know what gang they were with?
I think I think the guys on actual like on actual homicide are on this now, so it's out of my hands.
Yeah, you were just there to pick up the pieces and survey the scene, right?
Yeah, photographs and all that.
Okay. If you hear anything, please call me back.
If I hear anything worth mentioning,
Alright.
and he hangs up the phone.
Yeah. Alright. And then I will go back to Dana and Kenny. Well, this is interesting. Kenny, you need to keep your head down for a while. Police want to talk to you.
Uh, I figured that. Don't plan on doing nothing. I can't seem to get shit to work together anyways.
As Kenny's saying this, Malice is thinking, now why didn't he say anything about the file Malice had him looking into before? Well, I guess I can expect another call anyhow.
You distinctly remember he saw the word Ken on the mural. He did not see a last name.
Okay. I thought my understanding was that spray painted full names. That was my mistake.
Well, Ken was doing a big old mural, and part of the signature was Ken, and maybe a signature that they can't make out.
Okay. Okay.
Like an artist's kind of watermark almost.
Yeah. I can verify it was a gang. Which gang, I don't know. I'd have to have other contacts in the police force to get that information, and no, I ain't going digging for it. And
Well, sounds like we just hit ourselves a dead end. I guess we can be grateful for small favors.
the police are looking for you, Ken, and any of the other individuals that were involved. I'm surprised they haven't looked at any social media, because I'm assuming somebody was recording this, weren't they? Kenny boy?
I couldn't say for certain, most likely. But
Oh. There's no use beating this dead horse. I got some things I need to take care of. You got the information I know, and if I get anything else, I'll keep you in the loop.
Well, glad you keep him busy.
I'm always
Hey,
busy.
well, I'm gonna go and end up feeding. I'm gonna get back to it. Right now, I ended up reaching to our neighbors to end up doing exactly what Kenny ended up doing. Uh, Kenny asked me to end up making sure that the place was looked over while he was out. And then I hear him asking for Austin's help. So I feel like there's some communication here that's not going on. Or maybe he thought I would just ignore his request.
I figured that could be a possibility, but with Mercy being down too, I figured we could use all the manpower we could get. It's a lot of ground to cover for a single person. I
You
didn't know
went.
how much luck you would have.
You went to Austin. Austin, right?
I had a
That's what he
conversation
said.
with him. I didn't go out there seeking him.
That's who you went to. Whether it was your intent or not.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, I've got business to attend to. I will see y'all later.
And Malice starts to walk out of the bunker and out into the Dolphin Hotel, out into the rest of the night.
Once he gets 100 meters away, all of the homunculi will drop. Inert. Unmoving.
Ugh.
It's like a rat just drops dead right off the ceiling.
Okay. Plus side, know when he's here and when he's not. Get that thing off me.
Which leaves our two Toreador, again, in each other's presence.
So, what else do you have to fill me in on, Kenny?
I don't have anything else right now.
Do I have any surprises waiting in the wings? Do I have to worry about a ball of stone rolling down the stairwell, maybe? Clip me or make me have to run away while trying to hang on to my fedora? Or maybe I need to end up worrying about Austin suddenly asking, hey, can I borrow a room for a minute?
No, I owe Austin something. No, not you.
You owe Austin. You owe Austin.
It's
Okay.
generally how favors work, don't they?
Nope, you owe Austin. That is fantastic. I am so glad that you can work out a deal. I am happy for you and wish you all the best. If you need anything, just let me know. And then continue to ask. There are some things in life, Kenny, I will get absolutely livid about and take it out on people that may not be deserving. This, on the other hand, is one of those situations where I know better, but I'm not going to be listened to. So I'm just going to let this play out, enjoy the ride, and wish you the best of luck. So she puts her hand on his shoulder. Good luck, Kenny. Anything else you need before I head out?
Honestly, I don't know what to do. And that's pretty fucking apparent. Every time I try to help, I fuck things up.
You're a fledgling. That's what happens. Fledglings don't know the game. And then they try and figure out the game and then try and jump right into the deep end. They don't do the one thing that's being asked from their sires from the jump. And then they try to end up pretending they're a trout trying to swim upstream. But aren't aware that they got to jump up a hydro dam to get to the spawning area. You're fucking up because you haven't existed in this for as long as most of the people here. And most of the other people here are giving you all the advice you would actually need, but you don't know how to implement it. Go on. Speak your mind.
I don't know what you want from me. I'm trying.
You're trying.
Yes. If someone would tell me what to do, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
That's what your sire's supposed to do. We don't have a sire. You don't have a sire, and apparently mine decided to adopt you. And yes, Austin's my sire. And yes, the reason he came to you is because he wanted to keep an eye on me. And yes, the reason he's applying to you for help is because he wants me to end up becoming daughter dearest again. So congratulations, you became another pawn in my little family drama.
That's what I figured.
But you said yes anyway, so you figured that much out and said yes anyway. So you wanted to end up getting involved in this family drama, so let's get involved in this family drama.
I'm only looking to try to help the code. I don't care what it costs me.
You mean that?
Should be pretty apparent. I've done everything but bend over backwards.
Well, we'll be working on that one too, but you don't seem that flexible.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'd even try that if I fall on my ass and might get you a laugh, but that's about it.
Maybe. I'm going hunting. You come along.
I need to as well.
Good. We can share a meal.
I'll follow Dana out.
And our two Toreador make their way out of the Dolphin Hotel, too. So where are you lovelies hunting?
Oh, in our domain. Probably taking advantage of the fact we're in Iraq. Probably using a hotel room if possible.
Okay. So we can do this one at a time, where you're each assisting each other if you can.
So... Oh, no. When Dana said she's going to share a meal, she meant she's going to share a meal.
Oh. A single person between the two of you. Okay, then. So what are you looking for, Dana? Since you're kind of leading this little escapade.
Someone easy to scare. Someone who doesn't look like they could put up much of a physical fight. Preferably younger. Somebody who can understand family drama.
Okay.
And I am...
Are you just...
Preferably somebody who may have a punk aesthetic, you know? Somebody who we can end up having a little bit of fun with.
Okay. Since you are being a little specific and not really just going for just anything, it is going to increase the difficulty a little bit.
Imagine so.
So, in that case, your hunting roll is going to be a manipulation subterfuge.
Not a charisma subterfuge as with my normal prey type.
Nope. You're being very manipulative in this way.
Okay.
You are purposefully looking for something that's easy target.
I am going to rouse the blood and Derek dice it again.
You are super hungry, Miss Rain.
Yep.
Angry little beast in your stomach is screaming, feed me, feed me, feed me. It doesn't want to be patient. It doesn't want to take it to a room. It just wants to... Oh no. It's a difficulty 3. I'm sorry. But...
Nope.
But... I can allow a succeed at a cost. The cost is... an aggravated willpower damage. We'll make it easy.
Don't have much of a choice. You can do it.
Alright. So can you see as Dana turns on the feminine charm, she turns on the very punk aesthetic that she's known for and attracts someone of a similar aesthetic. You seem to be the odd one out because you're dressed in whatever you can find right now. You're following along as Dana and this poor sap have decided to claim a room. This person buying, of course, enthralled by the look of her. She's pretty. He's taken by that. And you tag along like a third wheel, following them into the room. And this person looks around a little oddly. I wasn't aware this was going to be a threesome. You didn't say that before.
And it's at this point, Dana is going to use Dominate and say, put your palms on the wall.
For a second, this person makes a confused face, but immediately goes to put their palms on the wall.
And as soon as they do so, I am going to gesture to Kenny.
Ken, what do you do? While this person, in this one action, has their hands up against the wall, as they've been commanded. What do you do?
Ken doesn't like this.
And a second later, Dana...
If Kenny is hesitating at all, I'm on him. I'm not even gonna second guess it. I'm not gonna argue with Kenny. I am going to do it right now.
All right. So as this person's hands are starting to lift away from the wall and he's starting to come to from that little daze that you know, your teeth sink into the artery of his neck. And with that, you being at Hunger 5, I will need a Hunger Frenzy check.
Yep. And I already spent that willpower, so this is going to suck. Do I get a +1 modifier since Kenny's here?
Yes. You can add a +1 because he is in the room to try and stop you. Barely. You're barely hanging on, Dana. The taste of blood. As soon as your fangs open up that wound on that artery and that starts to spray in the back of your throat, it's almost as if you lose control for only a moment. But you regain yourself. You remind yourself, no, I'm not going to lose control. I'm not going to rip them to shreds. I'm not going to let it win. And for now, the beast is subdued.
I will take 2 points and extend an arm of this individual to Kenny. Dennis, after taking her initial fill, is just sipping softly. Less of a feed and more of a savoring of the wine, of taking small gulps, small amounts, making it last. Trying not to clean her plate immediately like some pig.
As tempting as it is to just rip open that vein and have it spray down your gullet, you sip. You sip on that savory wine, life's essence. Where you were running on empty before, your belly fills ever so slightly at a time. Can this arm of this individual, in the throes of the kiss, seeming to get extreme pleasure out of what's going on here, this arm is offered to you.
Now, with my feeding restrictions, how does that work?
This person, for the sake of your feeding, is not considered consenting.
Yes. I'm gonna go down and kneel down in front of him. And just kind of like lift his head up a little bit. And look him in the eye and say, is it okay if I join?
And he is blushing profusely. You can definitely see that the bite of a vampire is as close to orgasm as one can be without an orgasm, if that makes any sense. You can see that this person is deriving extreme pleasure from this. And when you pull him away slightly from the hickey kisses, he doesn't know for sure 100% what's going on in his neck. He likes it though. And he looks at you and says, bro, just go. And you can interpret that however you like.
How much could I feed from him without hurting him?
You don't know where he sits right now. You have no idea. You have no way to gauge how much Dana's already taken.
Okay, I'll do Ken will take a small drink from him and do 2 dots of hunger as well.
Okay. So you have made your choice.
Yes. Because Ken doesn't know how much Dana has fed.
Exactly. You begin to drink and drink and drink. What is your hunger at right now?
It was at a 3. I just marked it down to the 1.
It was at 4, wasn't it?
Was it?
Because you made a roll for a check earlier that was at 3 hunger, and then you rose. Then you did the rouse check for today's wake up.
Oh, I must have fucked in. Okay, then I'm at a 4 then, if you think that.
Then I need a difficulty 3 hunger frenzy check.
To be clear, if he looks like he's about to lose control, Dana's just gonna let him have it. Like, Dana's not even gonna fight this one.
Okay. Duly noted.
So I just click Frenzy?
Yep, frenzy, and however many willpower, and it's gonna calculate all of that if you have your willpower properly marked.
Yeah. So I just put in 5 for my willpower and it'll automatically calculate.
Yeah, and then it should ask you for your humanity score.
And I get no modifiers because she's not going to help.
Nope.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna change my mind on that. I will end up helping,
Oh,
just
okay.
not the way he's intending. If he frenzies, Dana's gonna race him for the last sip.
Well, it seems like you both are calm and collected, given how hungry you are. The both of you sip from this person. You initially take long draws of blood, but then begin to sip slowly. This person enjoying every last bit of it, enthralled. But as you're sipping, the both of you can feel that this person is starting to shake. And as this person starts to shake, they don't put up any fuss, but they start to shake a little bit more. And it's when the breathing starts getting heavy and the eyes start to roll back in their head, not from pleasure but from distress, that you realize that a lot has been taken here.
Dana stops. And looks the wound. And just kind of watches Kenny with a bit of curiosity.
Kenny would stop the moment he sees him in distress and seal the wound as well.
And as soon as the both of you let go, he flops on the ground where you are sitting in front of him, and is starting to convulse.
How many hunger was I able to
Decisions.
strike?
What was that?
You took 2, so you got 2.
Okay.
Yep, you both got 2 out of him.
The decisions time, Kenny. What do you think? Heads or tails? Maybe just found out? Leave him here for the morning crew to find? What do you think?
And he's still convulsing and flopping like a fish in front of you. Ken.
Tick tock, Ken. Man's dying, Ken. This is not the time for indecision.
Would I know if trying to give him some of my blood would bring him back?
You have no idea. Unless you have a dot and a cult, you have no idea. This
I have
isn't
a
some
single dot in the cult.
then I would allow for a roll. Be an intelligence occult.
This should be good.
No, not a clue. You know it bonds? That's really about it. What else it does? Not a clue. Asako wasn't exactly the most forthcoming of sires.
Kenny would think back to movies and anything that he's seen and try to think of anything, and that would be the first thing that crossed his mind. Trying to save him like that. Or it's either that or call an ambulance.
Your choice, Kenny. Tick tock, tick tock.
I try to with the lead because I'm wanted right now and having to deal with paramedics and stuff.
If he even tries it, she's gonna stop him. Place her hand over his hand before he does. Watch an expert. She reaches into his pocket, grabs hold of his phone. I'm presuming it's a fairly modern phone.
Yeah.
She puts his hand over it to unlock the fingerprint. Dials 911 with her own hand.
You get a dispatcher.
And she starts giving this absolute performance of being that this man ended up flopping. He was just a John, and oh my god, he seems to be flipping out. I don't know what's going to happen. And she's giving the address. She's doing everything. It's very panicked. And says, I gotta get out of here the moment that they're suggesting that she stay.
Yep. That's exactly where it leads.
Drops it over, grabs hold of his wallet, and
couple credit cards and his ID.
I'm just taking the cash and
it's like $10.
placing it. Yeah, placing it there and dropping it aside. But as I walk out, leaving the phone literally on and the door slightly ajar. Start walking out and start making our way to the security. Well, we do control the hotel, so it's not particularly hard to end up swapping out today's footage versus yesterday's footage.
Exactly.
And it's just one little hall. And as she's doing so, she's kind of just thinking about it. We are killers, Kenny. If we get too greedy, if we try and do too much, people die. That's the nature of our condition. We are death's brides or concubines, if you need to end up putting it in any other term that'll suit you well. But we are things that kill. That part is the easy part. That's the thing that comes naturally. Whether our dear John lives or dies, I guess you can ask if God hates him or not. It's actually kind of reassuring when you think about it. You will know very quickly at the end of this night whether God likes him or hates him.
I don't think God had anything to do with what happened in that room.
Didn't he? believe the rumors, he's the reason that you and me are here. If he's all knowing, then wouldn't he know that what was going to happen to us and what we would become, and then what we would probably end up doing? I mean, if you believe in such things.
I don't. I don't
Okay.
believe there's an omnipotent power controlling everything. I believe that there are just monsters in this world, and we happen to be some of them.
Now, there it is. Can you put it a little bit more artistically? Come on, Kenny, you're a rose. Have some flair. Have some fun with it. Fact of the matter is that we're going to live for a significant amount of time if we play our cards right. But that that right there is part of the performance. It'll always be a recording, it'll always be a worry. But fact of the matter is if he dies tonight, well, he was seen with a hooker. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to be noticed too much. And even if he is, it's not going to be an issue. For me, it's not difficult. For you, it's difficult because you tend to overplay it, you tend to overthink it, and you tend to let it go a little bit further than it has to. That's fine. But get used to the cleanup part. We shared a meal, you and I. A little bit. This is our little bonding experience. You should be grateful for John.
I think the day that I get used to killing is probably the day I'll want to walk out in the sun myself.
By the time that happens, you won't want to. You won't realize that that's what you wanted to do in the first place. Please, stop playing to this sanctimonious, oh, however could I have lived like that? Because you don't believe in God, then what it defines right and wrong. If anything, that would end up implying a natural order, and we're a little higher on the pecking order when it comes down to what eats what. You have an opportunity here, Ken. We have an opportunity to grow and to evolve, if that's the way you want to put it. We make and we break. We can watch the spectacle as the paramedics will no doubt rush him to the ambulance. Watch the pretty lights. Can do it with a balcony with. Dang it, I should have ended up bringing a bottle. We could have ended up having a small amount of him bottled and shared a pint of John over John being wheeled out of here. Just to appreciate the little bit of poetic irony.
Even just saying that, Dana, feels a little wrong.
Yeah, it does. But I gotta get it. I gotta get it through to Kenny right now. I can't have him frenzying on the first person who happens to prick their thumb. At least here, he gives somebody a fighting chance. Start at least.
So what now, Dana? We've bonded.
Now I'm gonna end up having seconds. I don't know about you.
Let me show you the way out.
This will be funny. Yeah, sure. Why not?
So how do you go about doing things? Kitty Boy.
Much the same as usual, except looking for someone that's interested in a little bit of a party, and more than just the two of us.
Okay. Okay. So you're looking to get a party together. This will increase the difficulty, to given the number of people that you're trying to attract.
Well, not more than one person, but someone that's keen to do things in a group.
Much like, John back there.
Yes, but they know that a third person is going to show up.
Okay. It is still going to be a manipulation roll and subterfuge. Because let's be honest, there's not actually going to be a threesome party here.
Yeah. Hmm. Do I risk rousing the blood?
Is it worth it?
Yeah, my dice pool isn't that good.
Even when my dice pool was good, it was still fucking me.
That's the irony of dice. The more you add does not always mean success.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
3 successes, and I could reroll if we need to.
I think the base difficulty is 3, isn't it? Right now for the chase. Okay. So yeah,
Aces too.
you find somebody who's more than willing, and there must be a plenty tonight. There must be some kind of event going on in the in the uh, in the hotel that you weren't quite aware of. Maybe people are a little bit on the frisky side tonight. But you wanting to be frisky is costing you. So, with Dana, you do all three go into the room. Describe the person that you found.
I was just looking for someone that's fairly attractive, dressed nicely. Wasn't really looking for a man or a woman, just someone that looked interested.
Okay, okay. Well dressed, but has a little bit of a wild side underneath. Well, you're able to successfully lure that person to another room. However, the clerk kind of looks at you, Dana, and is like, "Didn't you just?"
Didn't I what?
You just rented a room with someone else. And you do see that the lights.
She looks to Kenny.
Oh no, I will be renting this room.
She might be suggesting because you hinted you do this frequently.
Yeah.
I recognize you. You're here a lot.
Yes, I found these two in the bar. We were looking for a room for the night.
I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to take your money.
And look at that, I have money.
So you pay. You do see ambulance lights start pulling up.
And at this point, Dan is going to take the key and start walking, looking at her compatriot. Like, show me you know what you're doing.
I would lead person up to the room
Mm-hmm.
and basically do everything in my power to show them a good time.
How do you do this in a consenting way?
Well, I would have been looking for someone like I normally did that would be into it.
Right, but how do you show that to Dana? How do you do that in front of Dana? How do you ask this person for their blood in front of Dana? It's not like you've had an audience before.
No, this should be good. I basically start out the like a role play scene and play the big bad vampire. As cheesy as it sounds.
Having a kink for blood is a definitely legitimate kink. What do you think about this, Dana?
Well, I always wanted to play Carmilla.
Now's your chance.
Yeah? Unfortunately, I have more concerns. But I'll definitely take a... I will definitely take a point. But I'll end up making it a point. A quick one. Because apparently I'm going to have to deal with the clerk downstairs.
Well, that leaves you. Ken, how many do you take? You've again shared a meal with Dana.
I'll take a single point. Just enough to keep me under. I won't be doing anything much extraneous today, so I'll be able to feed tomorrow and slake more by myself. Unless I would. I don't know how much you can take.
You wouldn't really know. You're a fledgling.
Yeah.
Dana might have a better idea how many gulps she can get away with without hurting someone. You know, controlled gulps. Uncontrolled frenzied gulps, that's a little bit hit or miss.
You know what? Let's just go for another two.
Okay. High or low?
I am going... If that is the case, I am going to observe. Since this is a fun party, I'm going to keep my ear to her chest and hand upon her wrist, mostly trying to feel her pulse, trying to keep everything going. I do have a dot in medicine and
Okay.
3 intelligence, so maintaining pulse and blood pressure shouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, you've been around the block a little bit. You're fairly aware of how many gulps or how fast a heartbeat goes before it starts getting into the danger zone these days at this point, given how old you are. So, high or
I'm
low?
going to stop him when it becomes dangerous.
Okay. We're going to determine if it becomes dangerous at all. High or low? Kenny boy.
Hi.
Shortly after you take that really big solid gulp, that second solid gulp of blood, Dana, you can feel her heart getting dangerously fast.
I places my finger on his forehead, pushing it fairly firmly with the tip of my finger, like, let it go, let it go.
I would lick the wound close. Even if I didn't get my full 2 points, I would stop.
You still got your two, but she's breathing heavy now. Pretty heavy. Like, is gonna have to hyperventilate if she's not gonna, if you're not careful. Dana, you can feeling her wrist and along the side of her neck. You can feel that her pulse is racing quickly.
I will use what little medical knowledge I have to try and make her comfortable. hand a fiver over to Kenny and tell him to grab particular points from the vending machine. Because I like to keep a few of those to end up bringing the iron up and at least have the appropriate snacks and
You kind of cut out.
beverages.
What do you get me to get?
I need you to grab some snacks and beverages of a very specific variety in order to end up helping out with those who may end up becoming anemic.
Okay,
It's much like sugar cookies after you end up giving blood.
gotcha. And I would go and run to the vending machine real quick.
All right.
And while that happens, I will lay beside her and end up making sure I'm keeping attention on her vitals.
Mm-hmm. That racing heart, though, it's very tempting.
It is. Trust me, there is a part of me that would end up taking everything that she's got. But, well, I'd hate for Kenny to end up losing out. Besides, now I got somebody who is, well, at least a witness.
And before long, Ken returns with an armful of goodies of the specific variety that you have asked. Kind of bringing them into the room.
And she will bring out, I think it's orange juice or what have you, and kind of feeding it to her. Kind of have her on her lap. See if she comes out of it a little bit as she does so.
And you know to go slowly, because if you rush it, then she's just going to go into further shock. This isn't the first time that you've had to do something like this for someone before, is it, Dana?
Definitely not. Though usually I'm not as prepared. I'll have to explain it all to Kenny afterwards. But I'm making very much it clear that Kenny can see what I'm doing, whether he knows to ask the questions or not. But at the very least, I got a witness.
She's fading in and out of consciousness, but after a little while, she starts to stabilize. She starts to seem very lethargic, but her heart rate seems to still be beating kind of fast, but at a stable rate. It's not fluctuating.
So what was she worth?
Say that one more time.
So what was she worth?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm pretty sure this qualifies as a one-night stand, or is she one of your favorites?
This is not the one of the regulars.
But you did now just let me know you have regulars.
Only one. I told you before, Dana, I don't lie.
Okay.
The very most, it's a lie of omission, where I don't say anything, but with you guys, I want your trust, and that's the only way I can think to get it.
Don't talk about business after pleasure. It's like talking about your taxes after sex. I mean, it's just not. It just doesn't do it at that point. It just feels like awkward bed talk.
You don't really give a shit about my W-2s at the moment.
No. Besides, that's for outside. She kind of strokes the hair of their recent victim. This is what it's about right here. I can make an entire evening of this. But you're just like a voracious tick, you know that?
He is starting to get a little bit of a gut on him. Then again, you are too, Dana. Your pants fit a little tighter than they did this morning.
Yeah, well, that'll go away in a few seconds, I'm no doubt. I'm just enjoying the fact that I'm not half starved and crazed right now. That makes things a little easier.
I'll have to remember this trick.
Right now,
I get the science behind it. It's like when you give blood. But,
she places her hands over the ears of this individual. Well, they may be half dazed. She'd like to end up avoiding them understanding what she's talking about. I'm more worried of the fact that you didn't do your little trick on the clerk downstairs.
what trick is that?
The whole they don't remember things properly.
I
The one you bragged about earlier on when Malice was in the room.
I can't do that.
You might want to clarify then what you're doing. Otherwise, bad assumptions like that happen. Okay, well, I gotta go kill some ambulance drivers. Thank you very much for the meal. She stands up.
Why would you have to kill ambulance drivers?
Because somebody's about to give a statement of a 911 call, and we have a clerk who remembers my face, bringing up not only John but Jane now.
Quite a conundrum.
And I thought you had that settled, but since you don't, I gotta go deal.
Meanwhile, Malice, you had made yourself off to a liquor store, if I recall.
Yes.
And you were going to go pick up something. And where were you going to go after that?
I'm gonna go see Bass.
Bass, your delightful twin brother,
Yeah.
who seems to age, but you don't.
Yeah. He doesn't know yet.
One can only hope that he doesn't ever find out. But
That's the idea.
you have a paper bag with a bottle of liquor inside. The liquor's fairly nice. What did you order?
If I couldn't find a 21, I bought a 16-year-old bottle of Bushmills.
Marshmallows. And so, with the bottle in hand, in a paper bag, you knock on the door. And when when the door opens, you do see it's your niece, Savannah.
Hey, kiddo.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm okay. I was just about to go to a friend's house.
Don't let me stop you. Is your dad in?
He's around.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know.
Well, again, don't let me stop you. I'll find him. Have fun.
Yeah. And she, kind of hoists a backpack over her shoulder and leaves out towards a section of the park of the driveway where you see she gets into the vehicle of someone you're not super familiar with, but
I'll make a mental note of the car and plates in case I decide to check them out later.
and she is driven away with them.
And I will show myself in and close the door. Hey, Bass.
Yeah,
Where you hiding?
in the office.
Make my way to the office. Stopping to pick up two of the glasses he generally keeps with the liquor.
Mm-hmm.
Making a quick stop at the freezer and grab two of the cubes
Mm-hmm.
for me and one for him.
Just like you like it.
Mm-hmm.
And you head back towards the office, which is in the back of the back of this first floor. And you see him kind of toiling away at a computer. What he's working on might be work related. You don't really know.
Don't really care. Brought you a present.
Present. Christmas is over.
And my brother, I can bring you presents anytime I like.
Well, you missed Christmas.
I missed a lot of shit, didn't I?
Yeah, you did, Chris. So what the hell is
Well,
up with that?
you said I better not take a month or more to see you the next time.
Well, I'm
Last
glad
time
you
I
took
stopped
my
in.
advice, you dimwit.
I spend too much time in that autopsy as it is, so...
Well, I'm spending too much time at this fucking trudge bench. He turns off the monitors.
And Malice, not even looking, pours a double for both of them. Slides the one with the single cube to him.
Oh, what is this?
Malice will slide the paper down to show.
And it's the liquor that you wanted.
Yes. 21-year-old bottle of Bushmills.
Where in the hell did you fucking find that?
The liquor's still not too far from the hospital.
Man,
They carry it for me.
you got a running relationship with the liquor store down there?
Not particularly, but, if you're polite and you ask for something that you're interested in, they'll try to keep it in stock for you.
I guess if that incentivizes you to keep coming back.
Yeah, since I couldn't find it anywhere else, where do you think I bought the bottle of the 16 for?
You know, he takes a pretty big swig of it.
Alice is gonna have to blush of life.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are.
Success, I don't get any hungrier.
Woo!
And Malice is gonna take a sip too. But where's Savannah off to tonight?
Yeah, she's going to. Oh, I forget the kid's name.
Oh, I can look it up later.
You don't have to do that.
Kind of like to know who my niece is hanging out with. There's a bad sort running out there these days.
Sammy. That's her name.
Tammy.
New friend, you know.
Yeah, she's at that age. She's making new friends, ain't she?
She's 13 years old. Of course she's making new friends. She's charismatic like her dad. Maybe like her uncle too.
I don't remember you being that charismatic at
Wow.
13. I remember you wanting to see what would happen if you stuck firecrackers in frogs and played baseball with them.
You were the same though.
That was turtles, get it right. Not the frogs.
Big fucking difference. What the?
Yeah, one of them's got a shell. They can last a little bit longer. It's not one good splat and there's nothing left.
Hey, but that was cool, right?
It was lots of fun, especially after you hit them. Watching them go in midair.
Mrs. Smith across the road was not happy.
Oh no.
No, she,
We have to clean that shit up.
I mean, sometimes you just clean it up with just running the lawnmower over her yard.
Of course.
You know, fertilizer and shit.
That's exactly what I was thinking, you know.
God,
Patch it up, spread it around.
God,
Hey, she had the most beautiful roses in the freaking on that block, anyways.
It's all thanks to that fucking frog and turtle guts.
She never knew any different.
God, we were stupid.
Well, hey, sometimes we survive our stupidity and we learn. What do you think drew me to the dead things? Besides working through college like I did. I mean...
Yep, if anything, you turned out to be the weirdo.
You should have known I was always going to be a weirdo from the jump.
Yep, that was always the case, Chris.
What you working on tonight?
Nothing important. Just trying to keep busy.
Yeah, trying to keep busy. I tried that and trying to take my brother's advice. Maybe he should take some of his own. I work too hard.
It's kind of hard when it's quiet in the house. You know, she moved out yesterday. Went to go stay at her mom's.
Can't say I ain't surprised, but...
And now Savannah don't want to stay home.
Would you if you were 13 and your mom just left the house?
We didn't have to find out.
No, because Mom died when we were about her age, so... But if you were in the same situation, would you want to stay home either?
I don't know. Teenagers.
Yeah, you get real dumb for about 10 years. Maybe 15.
Oh, God.
And maybe you grow your brain back.
No, she's smarter than that. She's smarter than us dumb fucks.
Maybe she'll be like Mercy and she gets her brain back before she gets to college. Who knows? I mean... You never know how things are gonna go.
That's why Thank God for booze, right?
It won't cure you, but it'll at least make you forget your shit for a bit.
I'll say exactly what I'm looking for right now. He takes another big old swig of the drink.
Malice is just taking small sips right now. He's watching his brother go down a fucking rabbit hole he was never expecting. And yes, Malice did count the bottles in the trash can before he made way back to Bass.
There's a couple.
Yeah.
So, what's got you all wrapped up these days?
Did you hear about that case last night?
It only really... There's
Aaron
no...
members in the one in the past.
Yeah, there's no one to prosecute, so it's kind of just...
Supposedly a street artist show.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of witness statements at this point. There's not really anybody to prosecute. There's no...
Yeah, but there's dead bodies. One of them's all mangled. Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah. They're still investigating it. We don't even have a... How did you know about that?
Where do you think they sent the bodies?
A fair point.
One of them shot, the other's run over by, according to the witness, a van. I can't say that's an inaccurate statement given how much is broken on the man.
Jesus. I don't know that I should be hearing the details of this because you're supposed to report back to police and then they're supposed to give me the reports. Are we skipping the middleman at this point?
I ain't skipping. You asked what has me wound up, and
Oh, well, I guess that's my own damn fault, I guess.
it's not like I forget the law. They'll get the report when they get the report, because neither one of them's finished yet.
Yeah. It's not like anybody's got somebody to hang this on.
No. Blows my mind what the world's coming to these days.
It's a little
Hear
shit.
about this shit every fucking night in New York and Chicago. Hell, even Houston, but I don't expect that around here.
It's getting more frequent. I don't know. I don't know, maybe Teresa has the right idea to move.
Take a long drink. Unless we'll take a long drink after that.
Maybe Teresa has the right idea. Just get out the fucking city.
Is that what she wants you to do?
That's what she wants to do. She's going to her mom's.
I got that, but
Her mom's upstate.
did you look at taking a vacation?
No. Was I supposed to?
You said you were going to look into it the last time I was here.
Fuck. No. Because I forgot.
She was harping on you that you spend too much time at work. Don't know how to leave it at the door when you come home. Just be with her. Spend time with Savannah anymore. Hey, I'm not trying to get into that. I just wanted to spend some time with my brother.
What'd you say we go out for a bit? When was the last time you and I went bowling?
Before I graduated college.
Remember, you hated it because you sucked.
I still do.
At least that's something I can win at.
But at least I know how to throw the ball.
Yeah, fuck you too. At least, at least I can hit pins.
Oh, we'll see about that.
Oh, we'll see about that.
I mean, it's not like we're going to play darts because you suck at that. You keep hitting the wall. If you can even hit the board, it falls into the floor.
I, I'm this close to punching you in the face, brother.
You can swing if you want.
I don't wanna.
I don't either, but you know, if you're going to, go ahead.
You should just shut your fucking mouth.
Maybe for a second.
And,
When have you ever known that to shut me up?
no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Because Chris is always right.
No, not always.
Chris is always right. Bastion's always wrong.
No. Let's go. You still got them shoes?
Yeah. They're dusty as hell, but yeah.
Got an extra pair? Or I gotta get the fucking
Yeah.
fungicidal fucking lane shoes.
Yeah. Unless you got some of your own.
Yeah, I don't care.
Let's go bowling.
Not like I'm gonna pick up anything I ain't found in fucking morgue lately.
That's disgusting.
Well, it is what it is, and well,
I don't know. It still boggles my mind that you can even do that job.
hey, I got used to having to clean up what I had to clean up in fucking school, so I could afford school. Shit. It paid the bills, and hell, it's still paying the bills.
Yeah, fair enough. You were always the one that, when it came to dissection in biology class in high school, like the
At least you never got kicked out for popping off to the teacher. You thought it was supposed to be rest in peace, not rest in pieces.
try to tell you.
Well, for real, I thought it was supposed to be rest in peace, not rest in pieces.
I tried to tell you, Chris. I tried to tell you.
Well, knowing what I know now, everybody rests in pieces, and well, unless they're of certain religious backgrounds, and then we just do the best we can, X-rays and CAT scans, and then we cremate them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, they're getting cut up.
Yeah, I'm happier not knowing that.
It's not much different than butchering a cow.
Not like we did that as kids.
No, I'm not saying we did that. I'm just saying it's not much different from butchering a cow. How do you think the meat gets to your local convenience store or...
That's another thing I prefer not to think about.
You just care that it's there and you can cook it and eat it.
So long as I can turn it medium rare, I'm good.
See, you're still overcooking your meat.
You shut your mouth.
Blue's the way to go.
No. God, that's cold and disgusting. Gross.
Not always cold. Sometimes it's warm.
Ugh.
If they do it right.
No, I want hot.
You overcook it. Loses its flavor.
We are never going to agree on the way that we take our steaks.
Oh, pink and bloody is all pink and bloody, not just in the middle.
Ah. I don't know how you do that. And then Bastion, gets up from his seat as he's starting to walk out of the house and towards the door, towards his own car.
Decisions. Do I ride with Bass or do I make my own car? Fuck it. I'm gonna ride with Bass.
All right. Riding with Bass it is.
That way, if he drinks too much, I can drive home.
It's perfectly valid. And so, the two of you make your way off to the bowling alley. And so, to make the competition of this fairly quick, we're going to do a compete roll.
Okay.
We each roll a d10. Highest number wins. Best of 3.
Okay. Okay.
So ready, set,
All
go.
8.
2. Best of 3. Second round. 2.
9.
You blow Bastion out of the water for probably the first time in your lives. He was always the better bowler, but today you smoked him. Oh. Double strike on 2 rounds. I don't know how you do it, Chris.
I told you the brother's got no skills. Can't believe you hit the gutter.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Are you sure we didn't trade places? Like, I'm supposed to be you and you're supposed to be me.
Well, you are the one that's all gray right now.
Yeah, you're the one who still has his hair looking immaculate like the day he turned 35.
I ain't done nothing to it.
That's a fucking...
No, you don't believe that.
That's a
No,
fucking
you'll
lie.
never believe that.
That's a fucking lie. We're the same genetic person.
Maybe your job causes more stress than you think.
As if your job don't.
I can put it down and walk away. Carry it home with me. I see some nasty shit. Don't get me wrong, there's been a few cases that got under my skin that are still with me.
Ugh.
For the most part, I can put it down and walk away. I don't have to deal with the scum and the legal loopholes that you do.
That's tough, man.
I'm not surprised.
It's tough having to put some of these kids away.
Oh, shit. Hell, if we were doing the same shit today we were then at their age.
We'd get locked up.
Shit. Not only that, Mama would have gotten arrested for us skipping school.
For real.
That's just insane.
And he takes the pitcher of beer that you have ordered, and he pours himself a glass of it. Taking a big swig. Damn.
I don't get it. I mean, it's like kids can't be kids no more without somebody having to pay for it. I don't understand.
Well, when you're vandalizing shit and you know, selling drugs and you know, cooking meth, whatever else these goddamn hooligans are up to.
That's not all of them. Shit.
Well, no, but those are the ones that I have to like actually lock up. Have to sentence to an actual lockup.
Yeah, and you're aware that their brains still aren't fully formed.
I feel bad for them.
That doesn't happen until you're 25.
I still feel bad for them, you know? Because they got their whole lives ahead of them, but they're going to spend most of it in jail.
Well, maybe we should have thought more about what we were doing before we did it, but they're in the same position we were. don't have the ability to think that far ahead. Part of your brain doesn't fully develop until you're in your mid-20s.
There it goes with the, biology talk again.
That's what I do.
I know. I was razzing on you the last time. But,
At least I didn't bring you home a liver from somebody.
no, please God, don't do that. Don't do that.
I can't do that. The hospital would have my license,
And
and they'd
then,
kick me out.
Savannah would get all sorts of.
You could just tell her it's calf liver. She'd never know.
That seems oddly unethical.
There's a lot of things I think that are unethical. I can say them, I just can't do them.
Man.
I ain't ever gonna change. That's just who I am.
Well,
I have all kinds of inappropriate, rude, crude, and socially unacceptable thoughts. I can at least share them with my brother. He used to get a laugh out of them.
I still do. I still
Sometimes
do.
I wonder. Sometimes I wonder.
Come on. Who knows you better than your twin brother, okay?
Mercy. I'm not better, but
How is Mercy doing? Hadn't seen her around.
I honestly don't know. I haven't seen her in a few days either.
It's almost like you two were like joined at the hip.
I don't know what's going on. I think work's got her busy. I
Maybe.
ain't seen it. I ain't seen an ambulance in a couple days.
Well, she drives a different one every day, doesn't she? So, I mean, the lot has different ones.
The lot has different ones, but she's got one that she was assigned by the guy that runs the hospital a month ago.
Ah, okay.
And I ain't seen her around in a few days. I don't know where it is. I don't know where she is. I ain't seen her.
Well, she ain't been around here.
Uh, for sure, she ain't around. Not around you. She said we were gonna come see you in a couple more weeks, and that was the last time I talked to her.
Hmm.
Well, just a couple days after I came to see you. Last time.
Well, if you do see Cuz, tell her I said hi.
And she did say that there ain't gonna be any way to break up the Three Musketeers, so told her I'd hold her to it. And she told me the same thing you did. I need to learn how to keep my big nose out of other people's issues.
Yeah, because otherwise you're gonna start sniffing shit.
No, she told me I was gonna get it broke if I didn't quit.
Or that.
Wouldn't be the first time somebody broke my nose for sticking it into some place they didn't think it belonged.
And she's a
Probably won't
fireball.
be the last.
And she's always been the fireball out of all of us.
Yeah, she didn't let nobody fuck with us when we were kids.
She let us get away with all that shit.
Hell, she instigated most of it. What are you talking about?
There wasn't a brain between the three of us.
Are you sure there is now?
No. No.
Sometimes I think we have one brain cell we share between the three of us, and I don't know whose turn it is now.
I've been putting it on overdrive. I don't know about you.
I ain't even seen hiding a hair of it in the last month.
The fact that you don't. The fact that. The fact that none of us are dead yet.
See, I can do my job, and I don't really have to think about it. It's kind of like autopilot right now. You have to think about yours. Well, even Mercy has to think about hers. It's not like they're gonna sit up and scream at me now.
Oh God, that's the worst.
If it happens, be forewarned. I will be calling you.
Oh no. Oh no.
Day that happens, I'm calling you. You're my first call.
It was like start video chatting me or something. FaceTime, whatever this is.
I don't know. Does my phone do that shit now?
I don't know. It seems every phone does that. And I don't know what these newfangled things are. Then we were lucky to have flip phones when we got into high school.
What are you talking about? I still got mine.
What?
And Malice will reach in and pull out the flip phone that he had in high school. That's the one he used in college. He hasn't upgraded yet.
You're still using that thing?
Hey, what are you talking about? I can get on the internet and everything. I don't know nothing about no video calls, but Motorola V5's still pretty good fucking phone.
Oh no. No. That is a shit ass phone.
It's got more memory than most of the phones I'm looking at that they want to sell me for over $1,000. Plus, I can still put in extra memory in this.
You have an old man's phone.
Okay, works. Why would I upgrade it to something else as long as this one works?
It ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. Are you
Exactly.
lucky enough not to have cracked the screen yet?
I have been very fortunate. It's taken a few tumbles off the top of the roof of the hospital, but it still works. Had to get a new battery the last time that happened, but no, it still worked. You can see there's a little crack in the bottom corner of where it landed. The case is still holding together. Super glue, duct tape, and a prayer gets a lot of things fixed.
Oh, Chris. And I thought I was getting old.
I ain't old, I just don't want to change.
That's evident. That's evident. Nothing about you changes. At all.
Why would I?
Seriously, though. You look exactly the same as you
I
did
don't know.
like a year
I
ago.
don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Bass. I work out, good diet. I can't say it's clean living, but it's living.
Yeah, well.
I enjoy myself while I can, when I can. Do my work. Well, always try to have fun. Hell, with what I deal with, not having a sense of humor is worse than any sense of humor I've had. We've all got a, how do I put this, morbid sense of humor. Darker the better, especially dealing with what we deal with on a daily basis. And if you don't have it, you ain't gonna last long.
No, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. It's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of gave up the whole medical thing. Just couldn't stomach it.
I figured.
I was gonna do it because of you.
I figured it had something to not being able to stomach it. Mercy still has some issues sometimes of not being able to stomach what it is we have to do.
I mean,
I don't know how she muscles through it.
I mean, with that, it also freed me up to getting laid more than you.
Well, yeah. Well,
Nerd.
I can if I want. Hey, I don't take exception to that. Hey, I've still got my collection of Batman and Superman comics. What about you?
In the attic.
They're in the attic. Mine are in my room. I still read them. You been keeping up with the new comics?
Nah, no. That's That's not even anywhere near Savannah's interests, and I fell out of it ages ago. Just
What is she interested in these days? Don't tell me boys.
uh,
She's still a little too young for that.
no, but I think there's a sweet kid who's got his eye on her.
Mm,
Keeping
how
an eye
sweet.
on that boy. That's what I'm doing. But I don't know. Seems like a good kid. He kind of, hangs out with her friend group, and she's always making new friends. So it's
What was it telling me not to, that I didn't have to do that?
sorry. What?
I said you keeping an eye on that boy. Who was it just not an hour ago told me I didn't have to do that?
You don't?
She's my niece.
Well,
I
she's
know
my
she's your
she's my
daughter.
daughter.
No, she's your daughter, but she's my niece.
Yeah.
It's my right to spoil her.
You go right ahead, and it is my job to look after her because she still goes to school around here.
You know anything happens, I'm just a phone call away.
Yeah, I know, Chris. But as far as what else she's interested in, she hardly talks to me anymore.
She already at that stage, or
I don't think the divorce is helping.
those not the words I wanted to hear. So what has Therese said? She gonna finish out the year here, and then
No, she's already packed up and gone.
that's not what I'm saying. I get that. They're going through with the divorce. What has she said about Savannah?
I think we're still working that out.
I see.
Because it's gonna be stupid if we do joint custody thing, or I gotta take her up there every weekend and drop her off or whatever, and that's just, and then come back to pick her up, and you know because wouldn't you know it, I'm gonna be the one who has to make the drive every time, because that's how family court works.
Not always.
Not always. If I'm
Sometimes,
lucky.
sometimes it's a meet halfway, but that depends on the distance.
Well, if she's moving farther north of Mississippi and I'm still here in Jackson.
And it'll be a meet halfway, or
Maybe.
have them come, or have her come pick her up. Because that's kind of how that one works.
Feel lucky.
But Savannah's old enough; she gets to decide.
Yeah. He takes another really big swig of beer. I think she's gonna choose to go live with her mom.
She may, and she may surprise you. You never know. Malice is gonna tell Bass, I think you need to hand over the keys. You have a well-known judge getting picked up for a DWI tonight. Now, can we?
Again, you're being the responsible one.
Well, hell, I can't have Therese using this as ammunition against you if it goes to court.
I wasn't even thinking of that.
I am. That's why you have me.
What'd I do without you, Chris? What'd I do without you?
Find somebody else to fucking bug. You know you love me. I love you too, you big idiot.
You stupid fucker.
Hey. Stupid fuckers don't get 4.0s.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And he gets up. You know, he's maybe a little sloshy, but he's not stumbling over his feet or anything.
He's definitely swerving a little and then not in any shape that he should be walking, let alone driving.
Yeah, he's keeping it composed fairly well. And you know, kind of on that bit of a somber note, he's, you know, as you're driving, he's just kind of, you know, staring out the window thinking. Not out loud, just looks like he's lost in thought.
Malice will crack a window. Get a little cool night air flowing through.
And his somewhat salty hair kind of whistling in the wind a little bit.
When was the last time you went to the beach?
Beach? Damn. That's been forever and a half.
Malice is remembering a summer vacation just before Mom passed. With Ass and Mercy. Mom all out at the beach. Amazing what the senses do to you. Memories they throw. Oh shit, you think you forgot? Smell of Grandma's fucking cookies baking.
Could send you back
Another,
eons away.
another fresh salt air on the night.
And I think that is where we're going to take a quick break with our coterie having had a meal between our two Toreador and getting caught up on things with a twin brother. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to War in the Soul City, episode 17. The Dig Crew has once again collected themselves together after the several bouts of feeding that Ken and Dana shared together, and the little bit of brotherly bonding that the Mallows twins ended up sharing. But every one of you has come back down to this little safe place amongst the Dolphin Hotel. This little hidden away section of storage space that nobody uses for anything else because they're not supposed to. Nobody comes down here. And even if they did, it was locked. And so our three kindred have reconvened. What are your plans for the rest of your evening?
Well, at this exact moment, Liv hasn't turned in yet. That is annoying, to end up saying the least. Inconsistent. the raven has ended up not coming back home to the nest. And we only have so much moonlight to end up gracing us here with its presence to be able to end up finding her again.
And
More's the pity.
and as long as you've been with her, that's never been the case.
Disconcerting at best.
You know, I never thought I'd end up hoping to end up seeing the leash again, but there she is. Well,
Does anybody
any
know?
Go ahead.
Does anybody know what kind of phone she has?
Haven't the foggiest.
Does she keep a laptop or computer of any kind in her room?
Take you about 3 seconds to go grab some keys and find out.
Alright.
Yep, because her room is still locked from when she left it last.
Okay. Time to go grab the keys and find out.
Now, there isn't anything like a spare set of keys that can just open up these doors. You've made them personal and you've made them, individualized on purpose. So whatever key goes to this room would have been on her person, very likely. This particular set of rooms does not have a master key.
Okay. Well, that being the case, she's got more than a 1 in strength. Knows how to pick a lock.
You're wanting to pick the lock instead? Then that's going to be a dexterity larceny. And if you have a special for break-ins.
I don't. I'm asking who has better than a 1 strength or at least enough larceny skill to pick a lock, because it's not me. Because if all of these doors are specifically keyed and there are no spares, it's either picking the lock or busting the door.
Dana, do you have any skill in that, or Ken?
I didn't hear a question from him. I thought he skipped half an answer. I wasn't sure if that
Oh
was
no.
me or it wasn't until you spoke. Did my audio cut out?
Yeah, your audio must have cut out. He was asking if anybody, if Dana or Ken have more than 1 dot in strength or have larceny skill for picking the lock.
Sorry, not my forte.
Any? Okay, I'll just try to kick the door in.
All right, then that is going to be a strength athletics.
Oh boy. Strength athletics. Well, that ain't getting it for me.
How many?
None.
0. Okay.
All 5s.
All 5s. Oh, whomp whomp. You go to you swing your leg, but you just catch it wrong. You don't even get it into a place where you feel like you're gonna actually kick the door open. You completely whiff.
Can I
It's
try
just
it again?
You can try it again if you like.
I'm gonna rouse the blood. That's a success. I'm not any hungrier.
How good.
That's much better. Very much better. That's 4, 5, 6 successes.
All right. But you got it this time. You readjust. You course the vitae in your veins to give you added strength and leverage to be able to kick this door open, and with a very very well well with good accuracy, you kick the door in just the right spot that it slips out of that the locking mechanism kind of comes away from the door, and without causing too much of a wood splintering or anything like that, you're able to get the door open in a relatively clean fashion.
Alright. Malice is wanting to investigate to see if there are any computers or things of that nature that Liv might have left.
The first thing that you notice is that her rifle equipment, her gun bags, are gone. They're definitely something that you pick up on that is not in this room. So wherever she went armed. And you can do the other obvious thing is that you do see a bed in this little small space, large enough for just her, and that's what you see. Obviously, that's a wits investigation if you want to know more.
All right, wits investigation. Right.
Yep.
All right.
I'll add to it. I'll add
You'll
one die
assist.
to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Get assistance from Dana.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay. So the two of you start kind of gently combing through the room. You next to the bed space there is a nightstand. Of course, there's a lamp and some obvious odds and ends. You start going through the drawers of it. You see a couple of personal belongings like a hairbrush, like some extra jewelry, maybe maybe a couple personal effects. But
Okay.
going through the room, you do stumble across a bag kind of hidden underneath the pillow side of the bed.
All right. Pull it out and go through it.
And you do indeed find a laptop inside. Otherwise, this room is bare. It's not very big, but it is bare. She keeps the essentials.
Turn the computer on.
Okay. And what are you looking for on the computer?
If there's a find my phone or anything like that
Okay.
on the phone, on the laptop that's connected by the phone.
Okay. You know that Liv is a fairly smart woman, and she doesn't like losing track of her things, so it makes sense that she might have something like that on her computer. That's going to be a wits technology.
Shit. Not my worst roll. Not likely to be my best. Definitely better than a strength larceny, because that's just all strength. It's 3 successes.
Yeah, you start going. You start going through the usual places. You do like an application search, and it does look like there is a Find My Phone application. You start it up, and
I type in her phone number.
there is a ping.
Where?
In Anarch territory.
Can I send this information to Dana?
I'm right here.
Dana's right there, and Ken is too,
I
if he
know
wants to be.
I know she's right there, but I'm saying, can I send this information from the Find My Phone app to her in case it starts moving? Because while I do have access to the internet and other things with the old Motorola V5, it's not
All
necessarily
right,
up to
yeah,
date enough.
I'll accept the breach. I'm already three-way screwed anyway. So yeah,
Oh
sure, why not?
no! Oh no!
I
But
was
yeah,
asking if I could send it to either you or Ken.
I'm giving you a yes. It's okay,
All right,
man.
all right.
It's okay.
yes.
So I'm gonna share this to Dana's phone.
So far, no movement.
And I want to make a quick search of Mercy's room to see if she left any weapons that she may have. Because I know Liv has hers with her,
Right.
or had.
The last that Mercy left her room was with any equipment that she usually keeps on her person as well, which includes weapons. So, going through Mercy's room, you don't find anything of any particular weapon value.
Alright. Is that a pipe wrench that Rodney was talking about the other day still available on that pile where I threw it?
Pipe wrench. I don't remember him mentioning a pipe wrench, but you can go through Rodney's things to see if there's something obvious.
Alright. Let's do that.
Okay. Then, yeah, with a little bit of scouring through, you're able to find something that's sufficiently weighty and sufficiently could, you know, make a good dent in a skull if you were to bash it against one.
That's the idea.
It's not elegant, but it's useful.
That's the idea. Alright, let's go.
And Ken, what are you doing at this moment? Are you just following along?
Well, I know I am.
Did we lose Mother?
Hmm?
Mother, you there? Can't hear you if you are speaking, man.
Well, I don't know if he is present.
I don't either.
If not, it's okay. It's no big. But I'm gonna assume that Ken's gonna go with y'all and kind of just trail along and be as as a present point in that regard. So he's going to you know follow along with Malice and Dana. And so you end up going out into Anarch territory, and Ken would let you know that this is this is not where she was supposed to be.
Given that Dana and Ken know this territory more than I do, where does it look like her phone is in the Flowwood area?
It's in a strange position on top of a building, but it's not a it. And upon looking at it, Ken would tell you, no, that's not where she was. Where she was setting up position. She was setting up position elsewhere. That's wrong. That can't be the right spot.
Well, that's gonna make things complicated now, isn't it?
Oh, where it was supposed to be and where it is ain't the same thing now, is it?
Obviously not.
Well, fact is that either way, not here.
Well, let's go see if there's any clue with the phone as to where she is.
And you continue to follow the trail, keeping a watchful eye out for anyone who might cause a fuss at the three of you driving into this territory. Because it's possibly at this point that many of them know what your vehicles look like. Who can say what it is that the Anarchs know at this time, because they're moving quickly, they're moving abruptly, and they're moving with precision, with purpose.
Malice is going to keep whatever it was he found for bashing someone's head in his lap handy, just in case.
Yep, that's very beneficial. And so you follow this ping on Find My Phone app. It doesn't move. It's staying in the same spot. It's on top of a somewhat taller building that kind of looks like, when you arrive, it looks like an apartment building. But the ping that you're looking at kind of looks like it's like square in the middle of this building.
That's not how she sets up either. It's usually one side or another. I'm gonna have to make my way up.
Okay. Do you have something that allows you to climb without any effort, or?
No, I'm looking for fire escapes.
Okay. There's the main set of stairs that go up the building, and that leads up to the top floor with the top floor of apartments. But as far as getting to the roof, that might require a little bit more athletics.
If I get to the very top and I don't, without going through the building, it's gonna be athletics. That's gonna be the way I have to go. Because I'm not trying to draw any more attention than I absolutely have to, and breaking down another door would draw too much attention.
There.
And so that's going to be a strength athletics, because it's going to be a jump roll.
Okay.
It's going to be a jump from essentially the railing on the third floor up to the the section where the roof kind of juts out, where you can jump up and grab
All
it.
right. That's 4 successes.
That's not a problem. You're familiar enough with your own weight that you jump to a good enough height and get your grip on the lip of the roof just right that you can pull yourself up the rest of the way. Dana, are you following?
I think I have to.
Again, indicates that he's going to stay down here and make sure no one comes up or is paying them any mind.
Grow eyes in the back of your head.
I
And-
will definitely be doing so.
And so, Dana, you're going to go up. Do you have anything that would indicate that you can jump up without any significant effort?
Jump up? No. Not fall? Yes.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Malice will
great.
assist with what he can.
But I do have 1 dot in athletics and 2 dots in all my physical. So
Okay. So it's a strength athletics.
Malice is going to try to assist if he can.
Okay. Then I'll give you then that's a +1 because Malice will have a hand out to catch you and get to help you pull up.
1 success.
Are you wanting to willpower?
I don't have a choice. And I can only do it for 1 die.
Mm-hmm.
Which came up nothing as usual.
Oh no.
No.
Well, thankfully,
Malice
when
have a chance to grab her.
you're already assisting, so the assist dice was part of your effort to try, and so Malice, you reach out for Dana. It may be that she didn't jump high enough to catch it because because she lands back down on this very thin railing, but by some feat of natural grace, she what would otherwise be a fall by most other people, she's able to quickly adjust her weight so that she's not falling at all. She is in fact still standing. Or well, maybe she's ducked down a little bit to balance herself better, but she is still atop this little railing on the side of this third floor precipice.
If Dana's not going to try again, Malice is going to reach into his pocket and put on a pair of gloves and start looking around for the phone.
Not gonna try again. I'm not risking it.
Okay.
And
Dana is paranoid as all shit right now.
And I believe it's time to use my lore sheet.
Okay. And what is your lore sheet?
Send a murderer.
I don't recall what that does.
It gives me +2 dice to inspect crime scenes and track killers.
Oh, okay. Then you can do an investigation roll then. It's going to be a wits investigation since you are acting fairly quickly in this particular setup, because you never know when another anarch might get a little rowdy.
You said it's wits investigation.
Yep.
Okay, 2, 3. That's 2. Oh boy. That is 6 successes.
All of this is just screams just wrong. Malice. because when you start investigating, you adjust yourselves to the low lights that's up here on the roof, since there are no real light sources up here.
I'm
You
assuming I'm using Oblivion Sight at this time.
Yeah, I assumed you would pop something free because you have dark vision, essentially.
Yeah.
And so you kind of walk around, a little cautiously around this place. You following the where the last ping that you saw off of Dana's phone was indicating that this phone that Liv's
In the
phone
middle of
was.
the roof.
Right. And so you go towards the middle of the roof, and what you see is up against some kind of roof protrusion. Looks like maybe a duct of some kind. They're propped up against it is remains.
What kind of remains?
Human remains. Some dust, some shriveled all the way to dust, some of it still partially intact, maybe still retaining its shape because it's been undisturbed. But this is the shape of a person.
Is it the shape of a live-shaped person?
There is no flesh to speak of. There are no clothes. There is a piece of wood that would have been a part of this scene that's kind of dropped into what is left of this remains' lap.
Steak-shaped wood?
Steak-shaped wood.
Damn it. Do I see any...
And you do see a light on the phone.
Can I get the phone without disturbing?
That's going to be a dexterity and I'm going to call for dexterity larceny because you're trying to work delicately and not disturb the rest of this remains.
So fucking straight dex. Yay!
Because the phone is kind of in it, in a way.
Well, that's 2 successes on 2 die.
You reach in, and you don't like what you're seeing. You don't like what you're seeing at all. And in a...
Oh, God.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, can I take a picture of this before I do that with my phone?
Yeah. You can pull your hand back and be able to do that, yes.
Okay. Get what I need to do this without disturbing. It's going to make it messy and
So yeah, you have the picture saved now, but you go back to reach for the phone that is kind of tucked away under this remains here, and you slide your hand in, and your hand jerks just a little bit, causing some of it to causing a little bit of this what was hanging bone shape to crumble a bit to dust and kind of just some of it collapse into a pile now.
Yeah.
But you're able to grab the phone now, covered in the dusty remains.
Yeah. Shit. Continue looking around the roof for signs that someone else has been here or what I know Liv would have been carrying with her.
From the looks of it, this was staged and left. The person was staked and sat down up here with the phone,
All right.
and then
My last option, premonition.
okay,
If that's a success for the rouse, and I'm looking to see if I can tell how this was done. Who might have done it if possible.
okay. What happened here is the question.
Yes.
Then roll it.
That is a wits aspects, right?
Resolve aspects.
Huh?
It's resolve aspects.
Resolve aspects, okay. Thought it was wits, I don't know why. Oh. 4, 5, 6 critical.
Oh, nice.
Thankfully it's not messy.
You look, your eyes being blackened as they are with your oblivion sight. You allow the veil to reveal things to you.
Yes.
You open up your mind to the possibilities of the past, the present, and the future. The first thing you see is Liv and Ken talking.
Right.
The next thing you see is them parting ways.
Liv going to her perch. Ken going to the... I'm assuming what he was doing last night under the underpass.
That's what you could assume, because there's no other images indicating what Ken was
Right.
doing. But it's almost as if you are walking, following Liv where she goes. She goes to her perch. She sets herself up. She's waiting. She's waiting. She checks the time. She's waiting. She's waiting for someone.
Right.
Someone to arrive. They're late. The help is late. Where are they? They were supposed to be here half an hour ago. Where are they? It's almost as if you hear what Liv is thinking through these images. The next thing you know is a large crack to the back of the head. A flipped over, staked in the heart, eyes wide.
Did she see who did it?
Looking up at a person she's not familiar with. A person you're not familiar with.
Does she see them well enough that I could describe them to Ken or Dana?
With 6 successes, you get you get their appearance.
Okay.
African American, closely cropped hair, bit of a beard, wearing a t-shirt and a hoodie. She's memorizing him.
Almost as if she knew this was going to happen. Shit.
The images shift. All of her clothing is gone. All of her possessions, who knows where they are. She still can't move. The stake is still in her chest. Her hands now attached to this duct. And they leave. And about 10 minutes later, internal screaming. She burns.
Fuck.
And that's it. With your Oblivion sight now still activated, what small wisps that may have been present in this place are now gone.
Shit. I know this is Liv. Can I collect any of the ash?
You usually have, spare, vinyl gloves on your person, so you can collect up some of her remains in a vinyl glove if you'd like.
Yeah.
And as soon as you touch any of it that's in a relatively, similar shape to what a skeleton would be, it crumbles.
I'm gonna collect what I can in the glove, and then I'm gonna scatter the ashes. And hope there's a breeze.
And so you're keeping some of it in the glove and you're scattering the rest?
Yeah.
Alright. And you have her phone in your possession now?
Covered in her ashes.
Mm-hmm.
I will put it in my back pocket. Tie the glove up like a balloon. Put it in my pocket, and then make my way back down to Dana and Ken.
Both of whom are there on that 3rd floor. It's not hard to...
We need to get out of here. I'm not comfortable staying any longer. And I will tell Dana Liv is gone. I'll explain more once we're on our way out of here.
Alright. You can see that she's white-knuckled. Her fists are gripped, threatening to have her nails cut through her own gloves.
You see that Malice is white-knuckled as well. He's not happy about having to share this news, or about... I don't know if you know that he can see things, or what he saw.
He has no idea.
But the three of you make your way back to the vehicle you came in.
As soon as Dana gets the car started and starts driving, Malice will give the description of what he got through Liv's eyes of whoever did this to her. Asking Dana if they have any ideas.
You give the description.
Yes.
Would I be correct in assuming that this sounds a lot like Cameron?
It does sound a lot like Cameron.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got the drop on her. But he got the drop.
He's Bruja, he's fast.
She didn't see it coming. She didn't hear it coming. I staged her up there on the in the middle of the roof. Hands to a duck. Left her for the sun to catch. And you see as Malice is responding, telling you this, anybody that's watching or paying attention, he's shaking. His hands never shake, but his hands are shaking in this moment.
Makes you want to end up tearing this entire neighborhood to pieces, doesn't it?
You got any more jerry cans?
No,
I got a box full of matches waiting.
This was a dress rehearsal. That's all this was.
Dress rehearsal for what? Whom?
You know, funny thing. A couple of years back, Cameron would have been the one saying, "No, we're not going to do this." Funny how things change.
At about the time you went back, came back.
Well, however you want to spill it, however you want to pen it. We both grieve in our own ways. He's just getting through the processes, that's all. And he really doesn't care on how many bodies he's gonna stack up, I'm sure about it. Not anymore. Still need to find Rector. Still need to find Freya.
Yeah. I would have grabbed the steak before I came down as well.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Malice is going to use his fingernails to carve Cameron's name into it.
While Malice is whittling away at that, and Dana is white knuckle driving the car out of Anarch territory, and Ken is in the back of the car, remaining quiet. Pensive, it seems. But I think that is where we're going to leave the story for tonight. And we'll catch up with more of the Dig Crew next time to see what it is that they intend to do to punish the Anarchs about what happened to Liv. But thank you all so much for joining me on this lovely episode 17 of War in the Soul City. Thank you to the audience for being here. We appreciate you, all 15 of you out there right now. We love our supporters. We love our watchers. So thank you guys, and thank you Naris for jumping in a raid, and of course Derek for doing the first raid of the night. Of course, like every Wednesday night. I appreciate all of that here. Yay! You found out what happened to Liv.
Yeah, not happy on that one. But we'll make do.
Yep. They've hit you hard. What do you do now? And
hit them twice as hard.
And thank you.
Say this with the utmost love and respect for you, Coffee. I hate you right now.
I love you too. You can both love and hate me. All of the characters are equally independent in doing their own thing.
Yeah.
I just stick things in a place, and then the places end up happening in a way that, I didn't expect. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, Black Wolf, for getting the poll started for our audience favorite amongst the extra XP. You can spend bits and you can spend points on that in that regard. So yeah. So how do we feel about the session?
I am good. Malice is pissed the fuck off. Mercy, now Liv. He wants blood. He doesn't care whose blood it is. As long as it's an anarch, he doesn't care. He wants them gone.
Right,
you fuck
right.
with my sister, and now you fuck with my coterie mate.
I
want blood, and I'm coming to get some. Even if it means the end of me.
Get it, son. But yeah, what about you, Derek? How do you feel about it?
Worried? Heavily worried.
Oh no, what I do to worry you?
Oh, you did. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to figure out, like, okay, how do I handle this one? How do I even start? I ran into a few dead ends, so.
Ran into a few
trying
what?
To figure out what. Ran into a few dead ends, so I'm trying to figure out where can I keep fishing? Where can I look for more stuff? Or what do I need to do to make it a little bit better?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Cause it's...
I see next session being a bid planning session with Dana and Ken. That they would know where these people hide.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a trip to the gas station for Malice.
Yep.
Loaded with several jerry cans, rigged like Molotov cocktails. Just waiting for that box of matches.
Right.
Oh boy. Wow.
Currently trying to... The hard part is that I'm trying to end up making sure what would Dana do, because I'm trying not to end up leading on what are Derek's home tricks.
I'm not leaning on my tricks. I am going back to the game that Malice and Bass used to play with the frogs and the turtles. In my mind, As long as it goes boom, I don't care.
Dana's skill set, you bitch. He set things on fire.
Welcome back.
Oh, I've been back. I just let you kind of run with it because I know one saw it. I said that was back in chat. My cat knocked over some shit and
That's
Oh,
all right.
Oh,
drank all over.
I was waiting for you to take back over for Ken so that you can do whatever you want with him.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't. I thought you didn't see it, so I didn't want to
No,
jump
and
in the flow.
anytime you have to BRB, like, just whenever you feel like jumping back in, just do it, because half the time I
Okay.
probably haven't seen it that you even left. Half the time I didn't see that you came back, so I probably wasn't aware of either.
Okay. No worries.
It's not a big deal. But yeah.
oh. I know we didn't intend for these characters to necessarily survive, but fuck, dude.
I'm sorry. I mean, whether they survive is up to you guys.
Well, given what happened to Mercy, now Liv, Malice is on a bit of a death wish thing.
A bit of a death wish thing.
Yeah,
Pardon me.
remember the Charles Bronson Death
Yeah, I was
Wish
about to say, are we
movies?
talking Charles Bronson or are you trying to get yourself killed?
I'm talking about Charles Bronson Death
Right.
Wish kind of
Now,
thing.
now in Charles Bronson's Death Wish 9. I wish I was dead.
I wish I had died 8 fucking movies ago. um,
Oh man,
and
no
and
one
and
has a
it
better excuse to be nihilistic as fuck as Charles Bronson in the Death Wish movies.
and it very well may get Malice killed, but I knew when I created this character he wasn't necessarily intended to survive.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, we do have some things to do, such as experience. Well, of course, there's also who can recover willpower.
What about stains?
Oh, do we think we have some stains to issue right now?
I don't know.
I
I
thought
was just
maybe that.
curious.
I thought maybe there was one to give to Ken, because you don't know what happened to the person that you injured, and to Dana, really, because both of you were at fault.
I'll take it.
So
I'll lose more humanity. Why not?
one stain each.
Do it. My in a on a coin flip. Somehow I'm winning 1 out of 6 times. So sure, why not?
Sure.
I'm sure you'll win this one. I'm sure of it.
Well, okay. Remorse check. Remorse dice. I get 2. Bang. And holy shit! It didn't.
You
I
didn't.
didn't lose humanity for once.
No, Dana feels like awful.
Added to the awful she already feels because knowing what happened to Liv.
Knowing what happened to Liv too. Yep.
Okay, I just check a box and then hit remorse.
Yep.
Yeah.
And your total remorse dice is
Is
you're
your
still
unfilled humanity. So you might
Yeah.
have the regular blocks going one side that are all red. The empty boxes, the ones you fill with slash, and whatever ones that have not been touched by either slashes or filled, are the amount of dice you roll.
and you also feel like hot garbage, Ken. Congratulations, you still feel like you're human.
Oh,
I feel
Ken
like
feels
shit
even
too.
worse.
And Dana, every bit of that monstrous speech that you were giving to Ken, you don't actually feel that way. You actually do care, and that's probably what hurts the most.
I want to say, when we get back to the coterie house, Malice will take the glove with the ashes and give it to Dana.
Well,
He's not going to use this for any of his rituals like he normally does. It's for Dana to do whatever Dana wants to do.
Well, we'll have to find out.
we will have to find out next time. But
With the comment, this was all I could save.
fair enough. So, we do have some experience to issue out. Our kindred do not feel any less themselves than they were. They might even feel more disgusted with themselves right now than they have in a long time.
I'm pissed.
But everybody gets a point for showing up today.
Yay!
Yay! And Malice got 18 votes.
Thank you, Raven. Thank you,
For-
Black Wolf.
Go.
Raven, thank you so much for the 900 bits, and for Blackwolf for contributing 11,000 channel points. You guys
Jeez,
are
love you guys.
fabulous. I'm gonna put up a sound alert.
Emotional damage.
None of the other, no one else heard that but me. It's fine. And the audience. But yes, emotional damage.
Emotional
Forever.
damage.
Yep.
Everyone.
Yep. But yeah, well, Malice, you get that bonus experience already. Everybody gets one, of course, for their for coming to the session. And then we also give out points for who had the best scene, who pushed our plot the furthest, and who had our best line. Much like Derek does in Edmonton. So, let's see who moved the plot. Who did? What do?
Alice.
Thoughts? Everyone else?
And
Oh, did we
Cat
lose?
knock something over again?
Did we lose
No,
Lola again?
I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
You could probably smell the burning from there.
I can't see you deliberating without your cam on. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I forgot that I didn't have my camera on.
Yeah. So
Um,
that's why when you don't respond, we go, hello.
yeah, I could see that. I liked his scenes. I think he probably pushed shit too, because me and Dana kind of just fucked off.
Me and Dana just kind of fucked off.
Well, I'm gonna say that you two have a tie for my scene of the night.
Well, I guess it's unanimous that Malice gets our plot mover for tonight. So who does have the best scene?
It's a tie for me between Dana and Ken for their feeding scenes.
Ah, because they did have two. Yep.
I like as much as I want to vote for myself. I think I did enjoy. I enjoy when Mojo goes and meets Baz, and you guys just get the bullshit. So I'll throw that up and let Derek decide.
Malice. Malice finding the body, and Malice with the twin brother. Take your pick. But
Shit. It's due to my one. It's majority.
Majority rules. The other players have spoken, Malice. And who had our best line?
Malice, brain cell.
It's a toss-up
So
as
just
to who
going across
has
the
it at this
entire board.
point.
No, yeah, because Dana had a couple of good ones. I had a couple of good ones. I really liked the W2 one. For some reason, that made
It
Coffee
made me
laugh a
giggle.
lot. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, there was the whole setup with the idea of like that's like talking about your taxes after sex. Just completely kills it.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that line too.
I can't
That-
decide tonight, to be honest, because we've all three kind of did good.
But no, I'm giving it to Malice. So I'm giving Malice across the board.
Shit.
Well,
This was your session.
Wow. I'll take it.
all right. Then clean sweep from Alice it is.
Yep.
Got all
Good job,
three,
bro.
all three player points and the bonus XP from the audience. So, any expenditures from my players today?
I have
Nope.
14.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
What would you like to spend them on?
I'm not sure. I was not expecting this.
You
I
were
really
banking pretty
wasn't.
hard, yeah.
I didn't expect to get this. I
Well,
didn't expect a clean sweep like
Well-
Dana had last week.
well, get over it. It's yours.
I'm truly appreciative. Don't get me wrong. I'm very appreciative. I was not expecting this. Could I take a second dot of fortitude?
Ooh, fortitude. You may. Is
Kinda
the
wish my
is the first one from your feeding type, or is that from being Nagaraja?
Uh, the first one I bought weeks ago.
Oh, what? Hang on.
Where I
Where?
took Unswayable Mind so that I wouldn't have to deal with the frenzy so much if I had to deal with fire.
Hang on. Is fortitude an incline discipline
Yes.
for Nagaraja? Okay.
It's Auspex, Fortitude, and Oblivion.
Okay, that's where I was.
You
Because
have to remember that's for Nagarasha specifically.
because I don't remember that off the top of my head. Because that's Nagaraja specific. I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's Nagaraja specific.
Okay, then yeah,
They
that's
swap
only gonna.
out fortitude or potence for fortitude, if I recall.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, that's only gonna cost you 10 experience.
And I have 4 left.
Yep.
Could I potentially buy my first dot in larceny as well?
You didn't use larceny. You used athletics.
Okay. Yes, I did. Dude.
So if you were to practice your lockpicking at some point, then yes, I would say so. But you haven't really.
I haven't really been practicing that.
No, if anything, something that's maybe appropriate to.
I don't have enough for the technology or...
I was thinking, something that's maybe, similarly appropriate to the fact that you dumped 17 different homunculus in the hotel at this point.
I don't... would that be leadership or fuck?
Yeah, more like an occult roll. But if you have if you have points to spend in occult, then maybe. But
Yeah, four experience isn't going to get me my 4th dot in occult.
oh no, yeah, that's
That's why I was... I guess I'll bank the
You can bank it.
4.
yep. There's nothing wrong with that.
But yes, I'm going to take that second dot of Oblivion.
Good.
I wish my camera
Oh, you
was
mean-
on. I look like a Bond villain with my cat right now.
Fantastic. Love to see it. But yes, I appreciate everybody who's come out to the session today. I appreciate that you guys are continuing to enjoy the the games that I storytell. So thank you guys so much for, as my players, for showing up at my table, and my audience for showing up on my stream, and participating in all of the goings on in chat, even if there's very little, because I focus on my players. I don't interact with chat much, but you guys are kind of the reason that I put all of this on. So you're welcome.
Thank
But
you.
but we do have a quick shout out to do. So Derek, what you got going on your side of the internet?
Well, tomorrow we're going to be ended up finishing up a few commissions and almost be caught up. Yay!
All right.
Then on Friday, I may be having to end up doing some BattleTech stuff just to kind of extend it through. It's going to be a combination of a painting stream and just a basic crash course of tactics and all that kind of stuff in kind of preparation for something going on in June. Don't tell anybody.
Shh.
Be quiet. Keep it a secret.
It only works if he ain't here. Lurking in chat.
Well, I don't see anybody lurking in chat, so with that being said, thank you again, my audience, for coming out to watch our fun vampire game where I get to torture people emotionally.
Fun.
You're-
Yeah.
You're welcome. You keep coming back.
As long as you allow me a seat at this table, I'm not going to leave.
Good. But with that being said, again, we're going to be probably starting in July doing a session 0 for Rebirth. It finally has a name, Rebirth, a D&D tale, which is going to take place in about 100, 200 years after the events of the Chroma Company, Maddie's game. So be on the lookout for that, because that'll be starting somewhere in July, somewhere around the middle. The 7th is kind of when I have the session 0 slated for. That's kind of a soft launch date. I don't have it set in stone 100% because we're not done with Chroma Company. But be on the lookout for that, of course, and join the Discord, because you all are my good kitties, and yeah, I want more people. I want more interaction in there. So do that. Follow all of the social medias and all of that too. So, but yeah, we are done for this week for Vampire the Masquerade. I'm potentially moving more stuff from my current place into my new place tomorrow, so drawing might actually be late tomorrow if I even do it at all. So I don't know yet. But here's to more of this stuff going on. So say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.